What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Media Goose channel. It is I, the Goose, your friend Ryan, and the goose is loose, baby. Huh? And I am here today to talk to you about WrestleMania 42, specifically the main event. It is CM Punk versus the Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns. A winner who I correctly predicted, by the way. I predicted Roman would win. I predicted Javon would be the Iron Man. I got a lot of things right at the Rumble, just to blow my own horn a little bit. But so the schedule for Roman came out, and he will not be here for all of February. And on Monday Night Raw, Michael Cole was sure to tell us no less than 3 times that Roman Reigns and CM Punk was one of the biggest main events in WrestleMania history. It's a bold claim. WWE always does that kind of thing. The biggest, the best. But when you do that, you get bold responses. And a lot of the pushback has been real. I've seen a lot of thumbnails pushing back against the main event now, saying it's not even a top 5 main event. And the fact that Roman's gone for the next 3 weeks, there's a lot, despite a great first week, there's a lot of kind of negative talk about the main event right now. So I got thinking. Last year, going into WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, they felt that ticket sales were low and interest overall needed a bump, so they brought in The Rock, who first pitched that Cody turn heel. Cody said no. That money train is still producing, so I don't blame him. Then he said turn John Cena heel, and Cena, being the company guy, just said yes. And that was all done to help WrestleMania buys, get the interest going, just get more positive publicity during WrestleMania season. And with the current negative kind of talk happening, what could the response be? With Elimination Chamber coming, what could that big thing be to get everything going the other way? And then it hit me. The Rock's not coming through the door. Undertaker's not coming through. There's no legends coming back. What is the biggest storyline of modern wrestling, especially WWE? What is the biggest storyline that they haven't touched back on the original? It is the Bloodline. That's right. I think the best thing WWE could do to pump up interest heading into WrestleMania is reform the Bloodline. At least with 3 main members from now until WrestleMania. Roman Reigns, of course, the tribal chief, and the Usos. The Usos, before they won those tag titles, I really thought they might be doing a Jay heel turn. I was waiting for him to just snap and kick Jimmy. And when they first had their first tag match back together, they did a lot of heelish things, showing that they were going to do whatever it took to become tag team champions. And I liked that. And now, they didn't do that as much this week in their Alpha Academy match, but after their match, what happened? Jimmy plugged that Jay is going to try to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. I would have Jay lose that match. I don't know how. I don't think it really matters how. Afterwards, though, I would finally have Jay crash out. He's backstage popping off, screaming, flipping tables. Jimmy's trying to calm him down. Man, we're still tag champions. What are you doing? Breathe. And then Alpha Academy are there, and they try to calm down Jay. Jay super kicks Tozawa. Otis goes to pop, super kicks Otis. Otis is staggered, Jay turns around and looks at Jimmy. Jimmy says yeet, and they double super kick Otis, and they lay out the Alpha Academy. The Usos are now the heel tag team champions. So then I would have either at the go home show to Elimination Chamber or at Elimination Chamber a rematch, Usos Alpha Academy. If we're going to do this with the Alpha Academy this 1 week, get some run. Let's really use this momentum. So I would have the Usos retain there, obviously. And going into Elimination Chamber, we clearly have CM Punk and Finn Balor. They're letting that take center stage with Roman being out. I think it's a great feud. I think Balor and Punk are doing great work. This is awesome. Now, by no means does that mean that Finn Balor should win and try to make it a triple threat. Not the right move. But regardless, CM Punk retains. I think Dom tries to get involved to help Finn and costs Finn. And then you get Finn versus Dom for the IC title, and you probably have Finn bring back the Demon and beat Dom. But after the match, the Usos hit the ring. Punk looks confused. They've been friends. They've teamed up in War Games together. He does a yeet. Jimmy goes, no yeet. Jay super kicks him. Jimmy super kicks him. Tandem super kicks. Tandem spear. That tandem spear they did on, I think it was Otis. That looked pretty good. Neither does a good individual spear, but put both Usos together, you get one good spear. And they beat down Punk. And then what happens? The Tribal Chief's music hits. He comes down smiling. He walks to the ring. Punk is staggering up to his feet. Superman punch. Spear. The Usos return to their normal flank over each of Roman's shoulders. Roman, center of the ring over a downed CM Punk, raises the title. The Usos raise their tag team titles. The Bloodline is back, baby. And you're off and running to WrestleMania from there. I think that would totally reignite all positive momentum they need. I think they're still going to do fine no matter what happens, but if they're viewing this as they need something to really start the road to WrestleMania and the excitement level, I think bringing back the Bloodline in terms of what you can do with the people you have, not legends, it is the highest profile kind of card you have to play right now. And then it's a real storyline. It's CM Punk having to overcome those three. I don't think you get Solo involved yet. I think Solo is clearly going... They're going to do the MFTs and the Wyatts at Mania, I think. And I think after that, I think the MFTs, the group minus Solo, should exist on their own. There's speculation about a couple of guys from New Japan who might be coming to WWE. Maybe there's something to do there. Maybe you get Shinsuke involved and it's not just a Samoan thing anymore. But ultimately, I think Solo goes off on his own. And I think at WrestleMania, the Wyatts beat them, so Solo's lost. And the family had made it clear to Solo, if we lose this, we're out. So beginning of night one of WrestleMania, Solo's alone. And I think night one of WrestleMania, you have the Usos in a high-profile tag match. I think Punk would have to bring in a team to even the odds. Now, I wrote down some options. There's no great option. We're not getting a Rock Roman level tag team. But in terms of a team on the roster, the War Raiders, that's admittedly not that exciting. I think Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, they could continue to do the stuff they're doing as the Americanos, but then I would just have them appear as Bate and Dunne. I think Cass is an AEW, but Enzo and Cass would have been cool. Street Profits, if they're healthy, the Hardys, one more WrestleMania match, Usos Hardys at WrestleMania. And then the long shot, the team that has the most history with the Usos, I don't think it's possible because I don't think one of them is cleared. But if it were possible, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. There's a lot of built-in story you could tap into for Kevin Owens and CM Punk and their real-life heat as far back as the ROH days. And they main evented a WrestleMania with the Usos already. So if that could happen, it's the best case. But I don't think Kevin is cleared. But if Sammy and KO aren't there, I personally, if this is all to get a big WrestleMania, it's probably the Hardys. I would like the Street Profits, but that doesn't matter. The Usos have their tag match with two other guys, Street Profits, Hardys, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, if Kevin Owens was cleared. And they win, regardless. So that's why it doesn't matter that much. Then the main event of WrestleMania, it's CM Punk, it's Roman Reigns. I think by the time we get there, it's going to be some variation of no DQ. And I think in the culmination, the Usos will obviously head down. CM Punk will have something to even the odds. Could be Cody and Sammy, people who have history with the Usos. And I think the equalizer then will be Solo Sikoa. I think Solo, his highest potential is as a babyface. But I think at this point it can wait. I don't think it has to be longer than a 6-month run. It can culminate at SummerSlam for Solo leaving them again, and maybe the Bloodline's already breaking down by then. But at the culmination of the main event, the Usos get fought off. Solo comes out. The Samoan Spike on CM Punk. There's probably something else. Maybe Punk still fights off Solo, overcomes it. Maybe Cena's music hits. He's not wrestling, but he's appearing. But ultimately, I would have, shockingly, Roman Reigns. In this, if you're reforming the Bloodline, you don't do it to have them lose. So I would have Roman pin Punk, and the Bloodline would end fully reformed as the OG Bloodline, minus Paul Heyman. Now, I said on my Raw review, I think we're probably going to some kind of Civil War storyline with the Vision. I think it was a red herring that they showed Logan Paul chasing the Masked Man. I think he is aligned with the Masked Man. The Masked Man has been revealed online. I'm not going to spoil it here. But I think we're leading to a Logan Paul and his group versus Seth and his group. The Masked Man will be over there with Logan. Theory will be with Seth. Bronson might have to pick. They might add more members, but maybe that means Paul Heyman is in flux. Does Paul Heyman find himself back to the island of relevancy? Once again, screwing over CM Punk in the main event. What if Punk does overcome Solo? And then we see a disheveled Paul Heyman, because that's the best Paul Heyman, when he lets his beard grow out to sell a storyline and he looks miserable. Have that guy show up and low blow CM Punk, and then it's the full Bloodline reformed. Come on, people are gonna watch, because what Jay tweeted a few weeks ago, y'all don't deserve my family. The internet hates them. That's real, especially Jay. Oh my God, the heat that Jay has with the internet fans is absurd. And it's unfair, honestly. I think if there were people in the stands during the Thunderdome era when it was peak Bloodline, not even Bloodline yet, just Jay and Roman, that was some of the peak of wrestler character acting, pure acting. That was like Emmy level shit happening. And I think if there are people in the stands, then, I mean, first of all, nobody has turned on him in the arena. This past Monday, the Usos had the whole arena rocking. They were one of the 3 most over acts of the night, with Punk and AJ Lee. But Yeah, I think, honestly, coming out of Mania with a heel bloodline would be the best way to go. I think they have really fumbled whatever the hell is happening on SmackDown. They kept the belt on Cody for too long. Drew should have got the title the month or 2 months before that, so then he could have built an organic match at Mania. But now he has to be with Cody, and that feud is, it's done. It's over. They're milking it. Nobody wants this anymore. We have seen everything with these guys. They did 3 stages of hell and it didn't blow off the feud. Like, at this point, I don't even know what to do there. I think you probably do Cody, Jacob, Drew at the Elimination Chamber, and they're Jacob and Cody, they don't get in a title match at Mania. Maybe they finally do a solo match. Solo. They do a one-on-one match, and Drew faces the winner of the Elimination Chamber. Maybe LA Knight. Just give it to the most over guy. Oh, he was the other most over act I was talking about on Raw. LA Knight. He's still crazy over. But yeah, so what do you guys think? I think bringing back the Bloodline would lean into the fact that the IWC hates Jay and honestly Roman. They've kind of turned around on Roman in the last few years, but people in the internet wrestling community are quick to turn on Roman. Like week to week, people will turn on Roman. It's real. So I think you lean into that, turn him heel, put him up against the big baby face Punk, and you go all the way at the main event of Mania and reform the original 4. And who knows how long before you get Sammy back in there. And then maybe WWE's cooking again, because they've lost the feeling. When Cody beat Roman, that was like Endgame. And we have been in the post-Endgame malaise. This is our multiverse saga where nothing has mattered. So let me know down below, would you reform the Bloodline? If not, what do you do to pump this feud up heading into WrestleMania? Let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video. I don't think I've plugged any of that stuff yet. If you're still here, like the video. Please comment. The videos aren't getting a lot of comments yet, and that's okay, but that would really help. I'm trying to get more engagement so that my videos can start to reach a bigger audience, and you guys doing that would mean a lot. Post some questions for me. I'll do a Q&A eventually as well. Thank you guys for being here today. The Goose is out.